Hello and welcome to this session on transactional events using Oracle TEQ and Apache Kafka. I'm Sanjay Goel, Vice President of Product Management in the database group, focusing on events and microservices. The work we do here also gets blogged at blogs.oracle.com/developers. Check us in the app dev category. Safe harbor statement, I may be talking about a few items on a roadmap. So this is for that. The agenda is fairly simple here. We're going to talk about data-centric applications, event-driven modern app dev. Mainly modern applications are built as microservices, and they require an event mesh. We'll define an event mesh. We talk about Oracle AQ and transactional event queues, define those, talk about how long they've been there and what's our future in them. Use cases, how customers are using these, and interoperating TEQ with Apache Kafka. That's an important part as Kafka becomes prevalent in some of the architectures customers have been using. And finally, close out with the big picture on how an event mesh helps modern app dev. So modern applications, as you are aware, are built as loosely coupled services communicating with interfaces. These could be APIs, this could be event mesh or any messaging type of infrastructure. Microservices need converged data simplicity, the variety of data that is coming in types of relational data, in terms of spatial, document, graph, all those, once it starts to come in, there are choices of either having heterogeneous data in multiple databases or use a converged database. Apps use event-driven action. An event usually drives some action, and then that action results in more events downstream. Could be app events, could be data events, could be other logical events. And data-centric architecture are about persisting application state. So either persist them in a database is more important in terms of recovery and simplicity. Transactions are important for data consistency, and event workflows are important in microservices. APIs are usually synchronous, REST APIs, versus event queues, right? So they're async methods of communicating between various services, and a choice determines the amount of scale and high performance you want to get out of your architecture. So the database convergence simplicity drives a lot of action in terms of how producers produce data events with web servers or order service or APIs, and then how embedded eventing system like AQ, TEQ in the converged database helps marshal those events to consumers. Right, so now you get the advantages of a database with transactions, data integrity across not only all data, but across events as well. Microservices support built-in with the database and the event queues, open interfaces, easy app building blocks and APIs. And again, if you're familiar with the Oracle database, it's less to learn, manage, backup, upgrade, and secure, because that relies on the traditional database technologies. And with autonomous database, we also get self-managing interfaces, or again, taking away that burden from managing from the customer. Let's define an event mesh, right? A network of event brokers for secure, high performance, and reliable routing of the events between microservices. Now, this is important to understand, mainly because events can get produced in one part of an application and they may be needed in some other part of an application. So again, in a microservices architecture, communicating with events is very central, and an application could be across your own data center, on a public cloud, across public clouds, and these interfaces allow you in an event mesh to be securely communicating an event where it is needed. So an advantage there, it's the ability to handle all event types, logical event, data event, and app event, Preserve order of events, very important in terms of when the event was produced, was it delivered in order, and then addressable messages with delay, expiry. This is a traditional messaging system that allows you to do that. Exactly once delivery guarantees make it easier for producers and consumers to be coded and not having to be writing lots of code in terms of recovery when a failure happens. Notifications for subscribers is important, and event processing for intelligent and real-time data flows and workflows. Security of events and data is important in an event mesh. And finally, performance, high throughput and low latency routing. Right, so that's how we define an event mesh. And then as we go forward, you'll see how a combination of Oracle TEQ and Kafka can provide an event mesh in the organization. Let's talk a little bit about Oracle Advanced Queuing, AQ. AQ has been around for a long time. It was introduced in the Oracle Database 8.0. It's a single queue message stream, very simple implementation in the database. Performs quite well, up to about 200 million messages a day. For a lot of workflows, it's great. However, AQ sharded queues were introduced in database 12.1 to take the performance level to a new level, which is partition queues with multiple shards per queue, automatic partitioning, also supporting key-based partitioning if you wanted to use a key. This is based on multiple queues and message streams, and we renamed AQ sharded queues to transactional event queues in database 21C. Again, looking at the fact that events are more important in terms of building modern applications as microservices. So TEQ is a high throughput transactional event mesh built into the database. So that's fairly unique with TEQ. It's included for free in all editions of the Oracle database. So if you have any edition of the Oracle database, you should go and look for how do I use TEQ. You can create a queue, you can enqueue to it, you can dequeue it from it, you can use topics, you can use direct point-to-point messaging. Again, supports exactly once messaging by default, has partition queues, key-based or automatic, provides message ordering per producer per event stream. Again, fairly different than what you would get with AQ. AQ has a single stream, so you always get total ordering. So again, anybody moving from AQ to TEQ needs to keep message ordering in mind. In-memory persistent queues, these are high performance and consistent. PubSub and point-to-point, I talked about that. And then multiple languages. You can use PL/SQL, Java, Python, Node.js, Go. We're introducing REST interfaces as well. They're coming soon. And then Kafka Java client that can replace a Kafka broker with a TEQ broker. We'll talk about that a little more. And you can also use Kafka JMS connectors to interchange messages between Kafka and TEQ. And of course, it comes with enterprise-grade security that is part of the Oracle database. Here's a little more pictorial representation of what Oracle AQ is. I just talked about producers producing in multiple languages. You can produce, consume, or publish, subscribe, PubSub. TEQ is the broker. Multiple here you see 2 queue tables, and each one of them having 4 event streams. So they're partitioned internally. There's also queue propagation. So between databases, event streams can be propagated, and you can have consumers on a remote database. So you can imagine doing a global messaging system with AQ, with TEQ, and having this PubSub go across microservices, across geographies, across various regions in a cloud as well. A brief history of AQ. As I said, it was introduced in 8.0. In 12, we introduced sharded queues. And over the last couple of years, we've spent a lot of time making sharded queues robust, making them more highly performant, and renaming them to transactional event queues to be more of an event stream for microservices. The AQ classic queues continue to be the workhorse for workflows. And you can see my other talk where I talk about workflows with AQ classic queues. I'll give a pointer to it towards the end. The use cases here, tens of thousands of customers are using messaging in the Oracle database. They use it for mission critical applications. Some representative customer use cases are event consolidation from remote sites into a central repository. Again, use AQ propagation very heavily there. Sending messages to run marketing campaigns. Many banks use messaging for OTP sending. Now, again, one-time password. Millions, hundreds of millions of users are supported. Event consolidation from IoT devices. Simple microservices workflows, and even implementing sagas, which are transactions across microservices. Job scheduling in control planes, like a cloud control plane or something else, security control plane, and things like identity management. Right? So these are some of the known use cases that are, across our customer base, including Oracle applications that use AQ heavily. The importance of transactions is shown in exactly one's messaging. Now, again, one of the advantages of PEQ being part of the Oracle database is that it's part of writing and sending an event. So you could write an event into a table and send an event in a single transaction. So it's atomic. And same with when you receive, you process and you send an event, it can be part of a transaction. So again, this allows the transactional workflows to be simpler by combining a DML and an event in a database transaction. In contrast, if you have to write it in code, there's a lot of code written in error correction and becomes very complex to maintain and deploy over time. Guaranteed delivery of an event exactly once is fairly central to keeping applications simple and creating chained event-driven workflows. Some of the key concepts here in TEQ, again, queue table and event streams map to Kafka topics and partitions. Again, if you're familiar with Kafka topics and partitions, you will see the analogy that transactional event queues bring. Right. So again, looking at TEQ with Apache Kafka, it is also an OCI streaming service on the Oracle Cloud, also has streams and partitions. So if you're considering using those, and of course, if you're a JMS users, you can, or an IBM MQ user, there's a queue topic. There's no parallelism in those, right? So we continue to support Oracle AQ, as it has been around from Oracle 8.0, but we're also introducing transactional event queues that are partitioned, that are highly performed, right? So again, gives you some terminology to compare it against what you may be familiar with. A little more about how the Kafka compatibility works here. If you have some code right at the top, you see two producers producing to a topic and having three partitions and having three consumers, right? So again, familiar with some Kafka Java client produce consume code that writes this. So on the left, you see at the bottom that we have Kafka brokers. You have a zookeeper, you producer, you consumer. You write some properties, you point it to a Kafka broker. But you can also replace this with a broker in the database. So the TEQ acts as a Kafka broker for the Kafka Java client today, but we'll probably introduce a few more later with maybe some REST APIs also that allow you to address the Kafka-like produce consume code. So our aim here is to interoperate with Kafka, but also in terms of, you're not wanting the complexity of running Kafka brokers. You could be running a TEQ broker with the same Kafka code. So we're trying to combine the best of both worlds. AQ was the traditional messaging platform that you might be familiar with, a JMS platform, very similar to what an Apache ActiveMQ, RabbitMQ, and IBM MQ is. So that's, again, continuing, you can continue to use that. And also bringing in the best of streaming. So with Kafka type of events, PubSub, high performance, horizontal scale as you saw in the previous slides, TEQ in the Oracle database is bringing the best of messaging and streaming together, right? So you saw some of the use cases, some of the workflows, some of the events that are part of the microservices platforms. So again, summarizing some of the advantages of TEQ as the event mesh for event-driven microservices. It's simplified with some of the basic microservices patterns, right? So if you see Wehu's talk on Kubernetes and microservices in the Oracle database, you will see the transaction outbox, idempotent consumers being mentioned and explained there, Saga transactions, secure messaging. So again, it helps you simplify microservices. It runs on all cloud platforms wherever Oracle database is available. Integrates with Kubernetes, Docker containers, service mesh. It's high throughput. Again, you can get up to trillions of messages a day on highly scalable rack hardware, and bringing the best of messaging and PubSub together with exactly once delivery guarantee. If you look at it closely, it gives you a better total cost of ownership with simplified code, standard programming interfaces, built-in recovery from failure. And it's a no-brainer for you if you're an Oracle database user to use TEQ in your event-driven microservices and allow this to be the event mesh in your architecture. There are two types of events. If you also saw Juan Loiza's keynote on refactoring the Oracle database or rethinking Oracle database for modern app dev, you see the application coded events are of two types, transactional and heterogeneous events. And heterogeneous events usually end up on a Kafka type of an architecture. The transactional events are part of an architecture where they are supported by TEQ, and the combination of these two, right? We talked about interoperability of Kafka events and transactional events, give you the advantages of an event mesh. Again, operating with variety of data, with the autonomous database, with Kubernetes, with low code, with Apex, right? So you can start thinking about the bigger picture of how do I bring my architecture of Oracle database with the Converge database, with Apex low code, with having Oracle TEQ as a transactional event mesh, giving you event integrity, event routing, application coded events, Kafka interoperability, high throughput with REST APIs, just for maybe dev test as you start to get into more async events with messaging, and again, integrated in the autonomous database. So finally, trying to summarize here, Oracle TEQ, simplify app plus data DevOps for modern enterprise applications. It's available, included for free in all databases that Oracle provides across a variety of deployments. Transactional events with Converge database, simplify microservices. And finally, TEQ event mesh integrates with data mesh and Kafka, right? So you can start thinking about a broader architecture that is simplified and is data-centric with Oracle database and Oracle TEQ built into the database. Finally, a few pointers. I talked about a couple of sessions, the keynote from Juan Loiza on rethinking database architecture to embrace modern app dev. Kubernetes and the microservices with Oracle database, talked by Wehu. And on my other on-demand session about creating app workflows with AQ messaging, and hands-on lab that builds in simplifying microservices with the Converge Oracle database. There's a pointer here, developer.oracle.com/microservices. You can watch a video there. You can see an example. You can do a live lab on the cloud. And talking about the cloud, there's a Oracle Cloud free tier available for you, always free, a 30-day free trial at oracle.com/database world free tier. Thank you for your time. And we look forward to hearing back from you on your adventures with Oracle TEQ. Thank you.